Hi, Libra rising sign. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at the week from June 15th until the 21st. This week brings kind of an intense, fast-moving energetic shift. And because the planet stirring all the action in your chart is your own ruler, Venus. So therefore, this week is highly personal for you. Venus has moved into the sign of Leo, which activates your 11th house, the house of friendships, networks, social circles, communities, and your long-term dreams for the future. Venus loves connection and celebration. So its initial entry here brings a strong urge to socialize, host gatherings, invest in your community, celebrate your alliances. You want to feel loved, appreciated, and seen also by your peers and your networks. Potentially, it can even indicate that you want to be spending money, for example, on advertisements to achieve your long-term goals. However, between June 15th and 18th, your ruler, Venus, is going to run a rapid-fire gauntlet with three of the outer planets. This compresses a major social, collaborative, or future-oriented story into a tight 72-hour window. So let's break it down how this three-act narrative unfolds. Act 1 kicks off on Monday, June 15th, when Venus in your 11th house forms a sudden electric sextile to Uranus in your ninth house, the house of travel, higher perspective, broadcasting, publishing, foreign horizons. Because this happens on the exact day as the Gemini new moon, expect a sudden spark of inspiration. Out of nowhere, you receive an unexpected invitation to collaborate on a project, or maybe you sit down with friends or even with your partner, and then you guys decide to relocate, to travel somewhere, or you are ready to go after an exciting idea regarding how to broadcast your message to a larger audience or community. It can feel thrilling, liberating, and injects that sudden burst of fresh, exciting energy into your social life as well as your long-term plans. Now, on Tuesday, June 16th, the energy softens as Venus forms a idealistic type of intoxicating trine to Neptune in Aries, which is in your seventh house, the house of committed partnership, clients, and core one-on-one relationships. So this is a bit of a fantasy related aspects. You take that exciting collaborative or communal spark from Monday and you build a beautiful castle in the sky. In your mind, you start highly romanticizing how this new connection, community group, or future project is going to perfectly elevate your relationships, or how many clients you are going to be able to attract with this. You picture somehow a flawless harmony, connection, visualizing an ideal partnership, falling in love in a way, falling in love with a vision of mutual collaboration. And you are looking at your friends, clients, and partners through kind of like a bit of a rose-colored glasses, often skipping right over the realistic dynamics, though. So this is where the sobering element comes, because Venus on June 17th, the honeymoon phase ends, and then it runs into that sobering opposition to Pluto. In your fifth house, the house of creativity, romance, children, personal self-expression. So that beautiful idealized vision of community or sales or partnership you built on Tuesday confronts the hard wall of your individual creative reality, your true desires. Because Pluto is sitting in your fifth house, an intense power struggle, an underlying tension within a friendship group, or a hidden truth about your project comes to light. It's kind of like hitting a wall where you have imagined something, but to make it happen, it is a lot harder than you imagined. Maybe this is about realizing that you are compromising your own unique creative voice or your romantic boundaries just to fit in with a group or please an audience. But Pluto is stripping away the illusion. It forces a direct confrontation between the demands of your social circle, your long-term dreams, and the absolute need for authentic self-expression and personal joy. It's a powerful moment actually to establish firm boundaries and reclaim your individuality. Now, Chiron moves into your eighth house. on June 19th. And the eighth house is the house of shared resources, joint finances, investments, deep psychological transformations. But because Taurus is ruled by Venus, Chiron's arrival in your sector of intimacy and resources is actually completely colored by the heavy social and individual reality check your chart ruler just went through. So the road through exposed by Pluto on Wednesday becomes the exact medicine you need to heal a financial or psychological wound on Friday onwards. Chiron in your eighth house asks you to look at how you handle vulnerability, shared control, money, and instead of looking for external social validations or public applause to kind of mask deep-seated anxieties about safety, this transit invites you to ground your worth directly within yourself. So it's time to stop overextending your resources or start building kind of like an unshakable financial and psychological commitments rooted in a very simple mutual respect. On June 20th, asteroid Eurydice enters Virgo, which occupies your 12th house, the house of subconscious, hidden vulnerabilities, self-sabotaging patterns. So you remember Eurydice represents the danger of looking back, letting anxiety, doubt, or second guessing destroy something. So after that heavy shift earlier in the week, Saturday brings that temptation to turn inward, to give up on things, to microanalyze your hidden fears, past mistakes, and you might find yourself obsessing over little private details, uh, replaying what went wrong previously to kind of find a logical error also in your behavior. But the message of Eurydice here is absolute. Do not look back. Do not overthink the emotional adjustments, the hidden anxieties to death. Let the past stay in the shadows and keep moving forward towards the future, towards the light, which is Leo. We close the week on Sunday, June 21st, with the summer solstice. The sun enters your 10th house, so highlighting your career, public reputation, and life direction, but immediately making a sextile to Chiron in your 8th house. So, that sun would like you to focus on your professional growth and Chiron, which has been talking to you about having to heal financial wounds. So this might be a career move that you are planning, or what type of emotional resources I need to be able to actually like make that career goal happen. I think if you pass the Eurydice test on Saturday and refuse to look back into that analytical shadow of your subconscious, I think Sunday can start rewarding you with more financial ease. Opportunities could be coming around, finding a new job, for example. Uh, so have a empowering, transformative week, Libra risings. I will see you in my next forecast, and don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so that you don't miss any of my important updates. Bye for now.